Good afternoon, class. I just wanted to share quickly with you about this week's class and hopefully try to clarify some of the assignments that I posted about as far as the bibliography paper and the communications paper. First, I'll start off with class for tomorrow. I believe that Dr. Nichols has sent out an email message regarding what tomorrow's class is going to look like. She has the PowerPoint presentation uploaded for you, so be sure to go and review that. And then she said she would record a lecture later on this week for you. So there's not going to be a Collaborate class time, but you do have an assignment in the folder, or a PowerPoint lecture in the folder, and she will update that later on this week. So you're free to spend that. My advice would be to spend the time tomorrow going over the material that is in that folder, and being familiar with the terms, maybe even looking over the objectives to try to answer questions or answer those objectives. If you use the Martindale's Rule of 3, you would be doing something before the lecture, do something during the lecture, and then do something immediately after, the lecture, to make sure that you have it in there in your brain into long-term storage at least 3 times. So during class time tomorrow, maybe reviewing those outcomes, review the PowerPoint presentation, write 3 questions that you might want to ask Dr. Nichols. That's what I would recommend for preparing and planning for class tomorrow. Hopefully that's helpful. The other thing I want to talk about is the communication assignment, including the bibliography paper, and then again I will talk about office hours for tomorrow. So the bibliography paper, if there is a sample bibliography paper on Harvey, please look at it. Model your bibliography paper after that. That's how it should look. You are going to do your bibliography assignment on one of your references. Not all of them, just one. Just pick one and do a bibliography on it. So there'll be a title page. The APA format will be at the top of how it should be referenced if you were to reference it on your reference page. And then you will do a brief summary of the article that reference comes from. Okay? The reason why this is an assignment is so that you have experience writing a bibliography paper or bibliography page. And what in future research, as you go into more advanced classes and as you write a research paper, typically if you're going to write about something, you go through and you go and find all of your references and your resources, and you get the reference, which is why the top of that reference page is the APA format of how the reference would be listed on your reference page in a formal paper. And then, a paragraph, or maybe even 2 if you need to, of what that particular article is about. So what is the key information from that reference that you'll be utilizing, or that was important to you, and the reason why you want to use that reference. And so typically someone who's writing a formal research paper, a 12-page research paper or something like that, you may have many, many, many bibliography pages or references and the reasons why you use those particular references. For this particular assignment, you're only going to do a bibliography page on one of your references. You'll probably have a lot more references, but you're only required to do the page on one. There is a sample on Harvey, and that's how it should look. So I think you have all the resources that you need to make a perfect score on that bibliography page, okay? There should not be any excuse for anyone to make less than a 100% on that bibliography page. Okay, hopefully those answer any questions about that. The communication assignment is now an individual assignment. I created community groups or communication groups because I didn't want everybody to pick the same cultural group. So I randomly selected people to be in different groups as far as cultural groups, African American, Native American, any of those particular cultural topics, you may be placed in there. You are going to briefly pick three topics out of the list of things to write about or present about, and you're going to briefly describe those. Now, the presentation can be voice over PowerPoint, the presentation can be a video, it can be in whatever other resource that you want to use that's creative. You're only going to have 3 to 5 minutes to cover those three topics. So again, this is a very brief assignment. What I'm grading you on is your presentation skills, your ability to collect knowledge and your ability to present knowledge in a format that other people could utilize for learning. Okay? That's what the purpose of this is. So please don't get overwhelmed by this. It is brief. It is a brief overview of learning about different cultures. And then you will communicate. You will make 2 posts from on the discussion board about each of your, you will comment on 2 of your classmates, 2 different classmates' presentations in the discussion board. And this is so that we can all learn a little bit from each of the cultures, since this is kind of changed as far as the format goes, as everyone who is presenting and the materials coming across. All right, so I'm going to go back over this again. Class tomorrow is on Harvey. The information is provided from Dr. Nichols. Please review the assignment and the folder. Your bibliography page is 1 reference only, one that you're going to be using to do your communication assignment, but only 1 of them. You may have many more other references, but you're only going to submit 1 bibliography page. The sample is on Harvey. Your communication assignment is over your assigned cultural group, and you will pick 3 of the topics that are listed to briefly go over and discuss. You will present it in a voice over PowerPoint, a video, or any other creative source that you want to. You're being graded on your presentation. I will have office hours tomorrow from 12 to 1 and then from 3 to 4. So those will be on Collaborate, and you can join in, pop in, ask questions. If you have any other discussion, let me know. I hope this clarifies any other concerns or issues. I hope y'all are doing well, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.